Hello viewers, welcome to my channel, and in this video we are going to cover another exciting topic for the data professionals. If you are planning to build your IT career as a data professional in the field of data analytics, database development, database administration, or anything related to data, then you must have at least a database to begin your journey. In this video, I am going to show you how to create one of the world's most popular database, that is an Oracle database, for free in the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure or OCI. So viewers, if you are thinking about making a move to the data space in the IT world and make your career as a data professional, one of the best things to do is to learn database, to do your experiments, research, and build your confidence. Then why not to start with world's most robust and secure, the Oracle database. I am a data professional and primarily work as a DBA, but I am also a database developer, data analyst, and a database engineer. And with my 20 plus years of experience, I can say with confidence that our future is data driven. So if you are ready to make your move, now it's the best time, but for that you must have a database to start with. In today's video, we will create a free database in Oracle Cloud that is called the Oracle Autonomous Database, which will give you exposure to both the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure or OCI, as well as one of the most widely used, popular and secure database in the world, that is the Oracle database. And I promise, if you know Oracle database, it will work as an extra feeder in your head and make your resume look stronger compared to others in the job market. In my channel, I have a lot of videos for data or database professionals. You can watch them based on what career path you select, and also you can contact me for advice. Also, at the end, we will learn about a free client tool from Oracle called SQL Developer, which will be used to connect to the Oracle database in the OCI cloud to do database activities. So without further ado, let's start. First, what you will need: a desktop, laptop, or a Mac with minimum configuration. Please note that we are creating an Oracle Cloud database, so you don't have to worry much about your computer's local resources like CPU, memory, disk space, etc. But an internet connection is a must. So we need an internet connection and an internet browser of your choice like Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Apple Safari, or Mozilla Firefox. It does not matter what operating system you have in your desktop or laptop. It may be a Mac, it may be Windows, Linux, or anything will work as long as it can run an internet browser. And you will need an active email ID for registration with Oracle Corporation or OCI, a mobile phone or a smartphone to set up MFA or multi-factor authentication, which is an additional security layer that OCI suggests. Now, if all these things are ready with you, let's go to the next step. To create the Oracle Autonomous Database in Oracle Cloud, which is nothing but a self-managed database who does most of the traditional database maintenance things automatically or semi-automatically. If you are familiar with Amazon's RDS or Relational Database Service for Oracle, then OCI Autonomous Database is more or less the same. I'm using my Chrome browser here on my Windows desktop, but you can use whatever is available to you or as per your choice. So I'll first go to this website, www.oracle.com/cloud. And in this screen, we'll select this Try OCI for Free button. Let's click it. And in this Oracle Cloud Free tier, you'll be able to see what we are getting under the Always Free services. That is the 2 Oracle Autonomous Databases with powerful tools like Oracle Apex and Oracle SQL Developer, 2 AMD Compute VMs, up to 4 instances of ARM Ampere A1 Compute with 3000 OCPU hours and 18,000 GB hours per month, block objects and archive storage, etc. And there are a lot of other things. You can take a look, but this is far more than enough. So next we'll click on this button, Start for Free. And in this screen, you have to select the country or territory accordingly. In my case, I am selecting United States, my first name, last name, and in the email space, I am putting my personal email. And also check this box to prove that you are a human. So in this screen, it's asking for the images with a Busby. So I'll select the appropriate ones. 4. Next. One more time. Here is 1, 2, 3, and I think that's it. Click verify. And then I have to click this verify my email button so that one email will be sent by OCI to my personal email ID. And email verification link has been sent. Now I'll go back to my personal email, and yes, I have received at the top from Oracle Cloud, verify your email to create your Oracle Cloud account. Let's see what is in there. I'll click on this verify email button there in the email, and it will take me to the screen where I have to put the remaining stuff. First, a password with the complexity that it has recommended. And also to confirm it, then the customer type, which is going to be individual, and cloud account name. So this cloud account name is the identifier of your account in Oracle Cloud. So you put something that is convenient for you. I'm putting the username in my email ID. Home region, as mentioned below, it is the region where your account, resources, and database domain will be created. Ideally, it should be closest to the country of your residence or the organization for which the database is being created. In my case, it will be North America, say US East. Then you have to also check this checkbox. By selecting this box, you acknowledge that your home region cannot be changed after this step in the signing process. So you have to make sure that you are selecting the proper home region so that you don't have to make changes in the future. And terms of use is there. If you want, you can go and read the terms of use from Oracle Corporation. I'll just click on the continue button. Then the address line, you have to specify your address here. Once the address information is provided, click on the continue button. And in this page, we have to put a payment method for verification. Don't worry, Oracle is not going to charge you for anything because here we are selecting the free OCI tier for creating the autonomous database. So I'll click on the add payment verification method here. It is safe to put your credit or debit card information just for the verification purpose of your OCI account. And I will put my credit card information here for verification purpose. You may select the card type that you prefer. Once all the payment details are entered, click on the finish button and close the thank you message. Once your verification details are accepted, then next you will arrive at this screen where you will accept the user agreement by selecting the checkbox against it to start the free trial, and then click start my free trial button, which will complete the creation of your free account in the OCI. Up to this point, I was showing the steps just for the sake of completion of the demonstration. My free trial OCI account has been already created with my another personal email ID, and OCI is not going to allow me to create another. Now my Oracle Cloud account is ready and I can log into OCI Cloud. So I open another tab in the browser. Again, I'll go to the Oracle Cloud website, and this time we'll click on the sign into Oracle Cloud, this button here, and I'll use my cloud account name and click on the next button, and I will use my personal email ID that I used in the registration process to log in along with the password that was set. And in the next screen, it will ask for enabling the secure verification, so which is a must, and without doing this you cannot log in. So secure verification method proves who you are. Two types of verification methods are passwordless and multi-factor authentication, MFA. So we are going to set up the MFA here. To do that, you must have your smartphone ready. So we'll click on enable secure verification, and it is asking for selecting a method, that is the mobile app or FIDO authenticator. We are going to use the mobile app option, and I'll share my mobile screen how to enable this multi-factor authentication and what application is required. Here it is asking to download and configure the mobile app. Step number 1, download the Oracle Mobile Authenticator app from App Store. Open the app and tap Add Account and then scan the QR code below. You can use this application if you want, but I have another one which I am using, and it was developed by Symantec, which is mostly known for its antivirus software called Norton Antivirus. So I am going to use this offline method. The reason behind is I am already using that authenticator app called VIP Access for my other applications, and at this point I don't want to install another one in my phone, especially when the existing one is working fine. And then I will share my mobile screen to show you how I am adding this MFA to that particular application. If you prefer to install this free application, then once you run it, tap this plus button at the bottom right corner to start the mobile phone camera and scan the QR code in the computer to add the MFA for the application. In my case, the MFA for OCI has been already added, which is visible in the third place from the top along with other two applications. So it is not going to allow me to add the OCI again. Now I will use the code that is displayed in the application, that is 078383, to use it in the multi-factor authentication screen in the computer. That is 078383. Click on the verify button and it has been successfully enrolled. Click on the done button. You will get another prompt to enter the 6-digit code from the authenticator app to log in, because in the previous step, OCI has just enrolled your mobile device. Enter the code, click on the verify button, and here we go. We arrived at the OCI dashboard. At the top, we'll see the message which is saying you are using a free tier account. To access all services and resources, upgrade to a paid account. Now, I have already visited this site a couple of times, so that's the reason some of the things may look differently, but the one which is of our interest is the autonomous database. First, we will search for this particular string, autonomous database, and in the search results under the services section, click on the autonomous database. In this screen, we will create our first autonomous database by clicking on the Create Autonomous Database button. And we will fill in all the details which are required here. For example, the compartment is nothing but the Oracle Cloud account name and the display name of the database. You can put a user-friendly name to help you easily identify the resource. So what I'm going to do here, I'll use a name like OCI ORCL here, which is easier for me to understand that it's a Oracle Cloud database. Then the database name, I'll use the same, OCI ORCL. And here we have a couple of options to choose from, what type of workload we are going to put there. The default is fine for us, that is the data warehouse. Choose a deployment type. We will select the default one, that is the serverless. And under the configure the database options, it is selected by default, that is always free. And a couple of information. It means if you are not using it for 7 days, then it will be stopped, but still your data will be there. You can bring it up. But if it is not used for 3 months, then it will be reclaimed, means your database will be removed. And the database version that we are going to use is the latest, which is the 21C. You have other options there like 19C also, but we are going to use the 21C database option here. And free tier autonomous database using Oracle Database 21C cannot currently be upgraded to paid instances. That is fine for us. And the username. So this username you cannot change here. This is a fixed admin user and the name is also admin. And we have to put a password there. And the password has to be minimum 12 characters long. with mixed uppercase, lowercase, and numbers. And I put a strong enough password. And under the choose network access, let's select this one, allow users with database credentials to access the database from the internet. You can select this one, but that will require your network to be configured and it will complicate the matters at this point. So we will select this first option here, secure access from anywhere. Anyway, it's a test database that we are going to create and it will not have any kind of production data. And this requires mutual TLS, MTLS authentication. You keep this option checked. This is related to transport layer security and we will keep this authentication method on. And choose license and Oracle database edition. So by default, it is selecting the license included option. So we don't have to worry about this licensing thing here. And the contact email ID that I'm going to use again, my personal email ID. And then we will click on the create autonomous database button here. And the database is being provisioned currently. We can see the status, which is showing provisioning. When the provisioning completes, the lifecycle state changes to available and you will be able to connect to the database. The second thing, once our database is available, under the database actions section, we'll be able to create users, load data, run SQL queries, etc. And under the more actions section, we will be able to perform database administrative tasks. You can also track the progress of database lifecycle operations via work requests, as well as view success or error messages associated with the database. Let's click on the done button here. Let's go up. And as we can see, the status is shown as available. It means now our database is ready to use. And under the general information section, we are able to see whatever options we selected while creating the database, all are available there. You don't have to worry about these other sections yet. That is the resources, Apex instance, disaster recovery, backup, network, maintenance, data safe, encryption, etc. We will cover these things in detail as we go. If you go down a little more, then you'll be able to see this metrics section where the database metrics are displayed. As of now, you'll not be able to see anything because we just created the database. No metrics have been gathered so far. The metrics which will be visible here are like the CPU utilization, storage utilization, how many sessions are connected, execute count, and running statements, queued statements, etc. And now we will connect to our autonomous database in OCI to do some database activities for testing. So to connect to the database, we have to download first a wallet and we have to configure that wallet with one of the client tools that I'm going to use, which is SQL Developer. Before we go to the SQL Developer application to connect to the database, first let's download the wallet. And to do that, we will click on this database connection button here. And in the top section, it displays some information about what kind of connection it supports. And we need to go to the second section, download client credentials wallet. And here in this drop-down box, we have to select the instance wallet because we are not creating a regional wallet here. And then click on the download wallet button here. And we have to provide a wallet password here. Make sure to remember what password you are setting here for the wallet. And click on the download button. And as we can see, the wallet is getting downloaded and it is done. Let's go to the download folder. And this is the OCI wallet that we just downloaded. And I will take it to the My Documents folder. And under that, I'll create another subfolder, OCI wallet. And I'll paste the zip file that we downloaded from Oracle Cloud. We have to remember this location because that will be used in the connection that we are going to establish from our SQL Developer application. Now let's start the SQL Developer application. This is the user interface of the SQL Developer application, a free tool for database users. This tool is in place for many years now with a lot of features useful for data modeler, architect, administrator, developers, etc. And the best thing is it is free and it is available for most of the widely used operating systems like Windows, Linux, and Mac. And it can be used with database other than Oracle also, like Microsoft SQL Server, Microsoft Access, Sybase, MySQL, Teradata, IBM DB2, etc. If you are planning to build your career as a data professional, then this tool is a must to begin with. I have a separate video on how to download and install this, and if you want, please check that video out as I am not covering the SQL Developer installation part here. Now we will connect to the database. To do that, first we'll click on this green plus button and we need to provide a name of the connection. We'll simply put the database name here, OCI ORCL -admin, and the database type is Oracle. And under the user info tab, the authentication type will be default. And in this username field, we have to actually provide the username admin and the password that we set when we were creating our autonomous database. And I will also check this save password option here. Now the connection type, this is going to be cloud wallet because we are going to connect to the cloud database using the wallet that we downloaded just now. So we'll select this cloud wallet option and the configuration file will be nothing but the zip file that we downloaded. So we'll go and browse to that particular location where we kept the zip file, which was under the documents folder, and under that we created this OCI wallet, and under that this wallet OCI ORCL.zip is the archive of the configuration files. So we'll click on the open button here, and by default it is selecting a service that is OCI ORCL high. So you will see three options there based on what kind of load you are going to apply on the database. We are going to select the high here, which is actually created for higher level of load on the database. Anyway, it doesn't make any difference because our database is not going to have any huge load over there. It's just created for our learning purpose. Now we will click on this test button to test the connection. And we see that the status shows a success, means our client application SQL Developer, which was installed in our desktop or our PC, is able to connect to the cloud database. Now save this connection for our future use, which just created the connection with the name that we specified, and click on the connect button. Now the connection to our autonomous database in OCI Cloud has been established and it has given us a default SQL editor or a worksheet. I will use a few very simple SQL statements to run against the database and validate, because based on how you are going to use this autonomous database, whether it's a DBA or a developer or an architect or an analyst, your activity will be different. For example, as a data architect or modeler, you may be interested in going to this all the options under the tools menu, that is data modeler, domain administration, types administration, RDBMS, all these things here. As a DBA, you may be interested in these options like database copy, database difference, database export, migration, etc. As a developer, you may be interested in these items under the source and the theme menu. And also there are a lot of things available. If you want, you can explore this tool. All these features about SQL Developer I will cover in detail in my future tutorials. First, I will create a sample user named HRadmin. I will simply copy and paste the commands so that we can avoid wasting time in correcting typos. So just create user HRadmin identified by some complex password, because this complexity is recommended by the autonomous database. So you select this line and click on this green play button to execute, and the user HRadmin has been created. Then I will grant some privileges to the HRadmin user. What we are going to do, grant connect, resource, and unlimited table space to the HRadmin user. Grant succeeded. And then I will make a connection to the database using this HRadmin user, because we already provided it the required privileges. So we will just make a copy of this connection, which we already established using admin user. So right click, go to properties, and this time we will simply modify this admin to the HR admin user. The name will be HR admin, and the password, whatever password we specified here, Asia Pacific 1 2 3 4 5, and then we will again test this connection, and we see it's a success. We'll save it and connect it, and the connection has been established using the HR admin user. Now we will create a table under this HR admin's schema using this statement, create table employee, and there are 4 columns: department, first name, last name, and salary. Select this whole statement and execute it, and the employee table has been created. Then we will create a few rows there using some insert statement. We will execute these statements as a script. So select all these lines and click this second button here, run script. And total 12 rows are created, and also we committed the transaction so that the changes are saved. Then let's execute a few queries now. Say first we'll see the employee table data using the select star from employee table, and we can see there are 12 records created. And let's execute a little more analytical SQL statement here. Select department maximum salary from employee group by department, which will give us the maximum salary grouped by the departments. Let's execute, and we see the output. Now let's go back to the connection that we established using the admin user to see a couple of things there. So when you expand by clicking this plus symbol against the connection, that is the connection established using the admin user, it will load all the objects under that, like what are the tables under admin schema, views, indexes, packages. Ideally, you should not create any objects under the admin schema because this is the root schema and it is used for administrative purpose. For your application, you should create different schemas or users and create the objects under those users. For example, just now we created the HR admin schema, and that will be available under this other users item. So if we expand this, we'll see all the other users available in the database, and our user is HR admin, which will be there somewhere. So this is our schema, HR admin or user. If we expand this, we'll be able to see the objects under this HR admin schema. So we just created one table, so it should be available under the tables option here, or tables item. Let's expand it, and we see the employee table. If you click it, it will give you the structure of the employee table, and there are different tabs here. For example, if you click on the data tab, you'll see the data available, the model. There will be nothing much under the model tab here. Any constraints, grants, and the statistics, and any triggers, flashback, any dependencies, details, partitions, indexes, and the SQL. So this SQL option sometimes come handy. For example, if you want to see the DDL which was used to create this table, you click on this SQL and you'll be able to see the DDL or the data definition language command that was used to create this table. And now it's all yours whether you want to use this database as an architect, developer, DBA, or an analyst. I will cover more on Oracle Autonomous Database in OCI in the coming tutorials. Until then, keep learning. So viewers, please provide your feedback in the comment section of the video and hit the like button if you found it useful. That will mean a lot to me and help grow this channel.